Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. It's a new day and it's a new Civic. This is a 6th gen Civic 1996 and quarters are pretty rusted. As you can see, like a lot of rust. Somebody tried to fix it with Bonda. Here is more stuff. Anyway, we'll take it out at some point. You can see there is a lot of Bondo. And this time we're gonna use replacement quarter panels. So it's gonna fit just like that. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's gonna fit like that and hopefully look good. The quality of it is not that great. I thought it would be better, but we're gonna deal with that. I'm probably gonna cut all the, all this. Everything that looks bad, and because the metal over here is pretty good, so we'll see how it will turn out. So first step, we'll take the bumper off, take the side skirts, and see what's up. I got the side skirts out. There are a few bolts over here. They're regular Phillips screws. There is 3 of them, and then there is a few clips at the bottom. There's 3 of those, so you unscrew them and pop them out, and then you just slide it forward and it comes out. I'm taking the bumper out now. So you open the trunk and there are clips right here. There is 5 of them, and there is bolt right there, but it's too rusted, so I didn't have to unscrew it. And there is 2 bolts right here, and yeah, and it comes off pretty easy. I got the bumper off, and I started to dig through the layers and layers of Bonda, and it's pretty rusted. That's the piece that was in there. Somebody tried to put some metal and rivet it in, and yeah, it was sitting just like that and covered with Bonda and stuff, but we'll make it real nice. We just have to, cut it all out, and yeah, so there is a lot of Bonda right here, and you can see the rivets right there. So yeah, we'll take it out. And I think this is the rivet too. I'll cut it and start putting the new stuff on. And I'll have to fabricate some stuff over there, because I don't think it's gonna cover the replacement quarter panel. It's not gonna cover all of it. I think it's only comes up to here, or I don't know. But there is more rust at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see. That's gotta be replaced, and quite a bit of work. I cut it out, and there is foam inside, and this is what it looks from inside. So rust, you can really see the rivets, and for some reason they put foam inside, and even though they put metal, which is good. The repair is not great, and I'll have to make this, remake that, cut out all the foam. I'll keep you updated. This is getting close to be welded in, so that's gonna look like that. I have a little gap, but I have a sheet metal behind it. I'll show you that in a second. I have to trim here a little bit. I'm gonna butt weld it here, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do right here. So I gotta take it off. So I got a welded a ledge in there. Here, I'll show you from behind. That's what it looks like. So all around, I just tacked it in a few spots. I'll do more tacks a little later. And as you can see, it got a little, step. So I'll weld it there, and all the imperfections, like, because you can't cut it perfect to butt weld it, and you can't overlap it because there's gonna be too much Bonda. But this way, you can do a few mistakes on cutting stuff, and it's gonna be stronger, and you're gonna use less Bonda. So I think it's a superior way to do it. And I put some primer inside so it doesn't rust. And I'm gonna do a few tacks, trim it over here, and we should be ready to weld it in. And once I weld this in, I'll fill the inside with the sheet metal, because as you can see, it's kind of far gone. It's supposed to be like another 4 or 5 inches longer, and that's gonna be a different story. This is what it looks like right now. I put some self-tapping screws through it so it sucks it down, and it's flat over here. And I made a few tacks here and there, so this part is holding on. We can even close the door. The gap is pretty good, except from over here, but once we build the inner part, we'll bend this a little bit and it's gonna be perfect, just like that. But it's looking pretty good, to be honest. And I'm gonna start welding, or maybe mock the other side first, so I just do all the welding together, but we'll see. I decided to make the second side first, and I'll weld them at the same time. So I did the same thing. You can see the welds of the bottom piece, and then I screwed it in everywhere here too. It's gonna overlap here because it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a little stronger, and nobody will ever see it. There's bumpers covering it all, and I don't think it's a big deal. And here it's gonna be butt welded, and here I'm gonna weld this, and you can grind it flat, and it's gonna be looking really good. And you're gonna use less Bonda on top, and again, the layer behind it gonna make it stronger. And once you weld the holes for the screws, it's gonna be even it's gonna be like a spot weld. I don't know how well it's gonna hold, but it's gonna do something at least. And because those screws are pretty small, and I don't know if I'm gonna like penetrate both levels, I guess, of steel, because as you can see, they're pretty thin, and I'll try to, make it as best as I can, and I think it's gonna be really good anyway. So the next step is weld all that, and keep working on the inside part, because it needs some holes filled up. There's quite a few holes there. You can see like the rocker panel is not in good shape. I'm gonna use some sheet metal as I did on the previous Civic, but this saves me a lot of time, and you cannot fabricate that part, like the whole thing, and make it really nice, like without any tools. Like it's impossible to make it as nice. And even though it had a little bit of problems over here, as you can see, it's still wrinkly, but I cut the most of the wrinkles out, and the metal here is really good, so that kind of worked out. So yeah, I'll weld it all up, and see you later. It's been a long journey. There is quite a bit of work. As you can see, the quarter is in. It's all welded everywhere. And I started to fix rocker panels. So I fixed that part. And yeah, so this is fixed. The hole that was there fixed too. It's gonna clean up nice. And I have to do the rocker panel. As you can see, is a lot of sheet metal missing. I did the inside part here. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's there. Turned out pretty nice actually. Yeah, you can see there. And I welded the inside, inside the wheel well to the quarter panel. You can see my welds, I hope. And there is a bit of a stuff missing still, so I have to fix that. And quite a lot of work. But once I'm done, it's gonna be looking good. It's the 5th day of work on this car, and it's finally welded together. There was a lot of work on the inside fenders and on the rocker panel as well. I already grind it down and just finished the other side. The garage is a mess, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's this side. That's that's a rocker panel. Welded the piece there, more there. Made the piece over here, and the big piece up here. I guess under there, and yeah, a lot of work. I'll grind this flat and start preparing to the bodywork. I'm pretty much ready for paint. It's all primered and all the Bondo is there, and yeah, that's what it looks like. I already put some rock guard on, like on the inside parts and on the bottom. This is what the other side looks like. It looks pretty good. It's gonna be looking even better after the paint. And this is what the inside looks like. As you can see, I put rock guard in there, and at the bottom here too. That's gonna be looking pretty good. I just have to cover it with paint and make it pretty. So this is the final result. I am here the next day, so it's day 7. And it's all done. I just need to put the bumpers on and put a little bit of interior back on. And this is what it looks like. There is a few imperfections, but you know, it's a cheap Civic. And yeah, it looks pretty good. And it's gonna be able to be back on the road again. A lot of work went into that. Yeah, I'll just assemble it back and, you know, get it out of the garage. The Civic is finally done. It's looking pretty good. It just needs some different wheels, and it will be really pretty. You can see the imperfections a little bit, and yeah, it's pretty nice. It turned out pretty nice.